Hey y'all, so we're going to be taking a look at how we can fake some C6 comping sounds on our E9 guitars. That's pretty useful for things like Western swing or old-fashioned cowboy tunes and things like that. One of the hallmarks of those genres is the added sixth chord, and we play added sixth chords on our 1 and our 4 chord only. We leave our 5 chord alone and just play the regular old triad on that. And I'll get into why we do that in another video. For this video though, we're just going to be kind of really focusing on our B and our C pedals and how we can get an added sixth by using our B and C's. And it's pretty easy to do. Our B and C is going to give us a relative minor, which is the same as playing an added sixth. And the reason that's the same is if we play for example, a C major, the relative minor is an A minor. If we combined those two chords, a C major and an A minor, there's only a 1 note difference between those two, and that's the sixth tone. In this case, an A played with your C major. So we can just replace an A minor for a C major, and that'll sound like an added sixth. And we get that by anywhere we play a chord with our A and B down, we just swap it for our B and C. So if we're in the key of C major, frets 8 through 15, you know, we got our C down here, our 1 chord with no pedals or anything. Well, we also got it up here on our 15th with our A and B, right? We just swap it for our B and C. Instant 6 chord. Same goes for your 4. You play your 4 down here with A and B, and up here with nothing. Well, down here with the A and B, you just swap it for your B and C. And that's really it. That's going to give us our added sixth chord. Now, it's worth saying when you got your B and C down, only pick strings 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and skip the bottom 3 strings for now until you kind of get it down a little better. Then you can throw in your 8th string. Well, you throw in them all if you want to. But yeah, just play strings 3 through 7. And when you're not playing any pedals or anything, so you can continue playing 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, or 10, as we did in the other videos. So let's kind of look at this. How do we do this? Well, let's say that we got a chord progression that goes 1, 4, 5, 1. So that'd be 1, 4, 5, and then 1. So let's kind of fake the little song. The 1 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord. Well, this is tricky, because it's kind of hard to go between your B and C pedal and your A and B pedal real quick like that, playing your B and C on your 4 chord, and then real quick jumping over to your A and B pedal and hitting your 5 chord. So what I do is if you just play strings 5 and 6 and 8. So in this position, I just hit these 3 strings. And of course, when you're up here on your 5 chord with no pedals, you can pick strings 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, or 10 as before. So we'll go through that kind of again. We'll jump around a little more this time so you can get a better idea of what I'm doing. So we're here on a 1 chord, no pedals, 4 chord, B and C, 5 chord, still keep our B and C down, but remember 5 and 6 and 8. And then back to your 1 chord. Let's go up here to our B and C. And then we're going to start up here, B and C on our 1 chord. 4 chord, nothing. 5 chord. You see some of those little tricks I was doing. I got those actually from Don Helm tablatures and things like that. He did a lot of sliding into the chord and doing dyads. Dyads is 2 notes. So we have the triad. Just split it up. that a lot. Another thing to do is walking down into the chord. Or walking up into them, so maybe I'm going from my 4 to my 5. And I want to mention what I just did right there where you heard my pedals bending. You want to try to avoid that. You don't want any sound of pedals bending or anything like that. You want that lap steel sound where you have the pedals pushed before you pluck the strings. So let's kind of play along to Your Cheating Heart. We're just gonna go up, there's an A and a B section, but we're just gonna go up through the A section, which is just 1, 4, 5, 1. So you can hear me kind of jumping around through all of this stuff. I won't be calling out the chords or anything like that. So I hope you kind of get the idea. Just remember, everywhere you got your A and B down, just swap it for your B and C, no matter what key you're in. And that's going to give you your relative minor. And I'd say for now, try not to play 6 chords on your added 6th on your 5 chord. But if you do, don't worry about it, because it kind of works, and it's not a sin. Theory is only a guideline. The important part is to get the movements down and kind of get some muscle memory going on in there. And then from there, kind of fine tune things like plucking certain strings and things like that. But have fun with it, and happy picking.